Last night I was watching my third and what I thought was my final part in this series of videos where I was talking about sampling on the OPXY. There was a section towards the end of the video where I was talking about a melodic Rhodes, Fender Rhodes loop that I was using, and I suddenly realised that I hadn't really understood how to break it up properly and sequence it properly. So I got up and went into my studio late last night and figured all this out. So I thought I'd come on this morning and make this video to explain it better to help you. Right, so I've got this loop. It's actually a Yurt rock loop. I have a lot of their stuff, really good. And it's called Rhodes Dust B-flat major, 115 beats per minute. So it's a typical Fender Rhodes. Sounds like it's got flanger or phaser on it or something. And it's a 4-bar loop. Because it's set at 115, it's 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 3 2 3 4 4 2 3 4 4 bars. So I brought this loop into the OPXY and I was sequencing it yesterday, but I thought, well, how did I actually do that? There was one point where I had the third and fourth bars playing across 2 bars on the OP, and I thought, well, how on earth have I done that? So anyway, let's look at it. So on this key here, which is the low F, I've got all 4 bars. Now you'll notice this is the key thing here, this setting here, and the sample is set to play to the end of the sample with just one press of the key. I don't have to hold the key down, I press it and lift off. And that is the key to success with this. So let me explain myself a bit better. Now, if I want to play all 4 bars in a sequence, I simply have this loop attached to one of the keys and I press a trig, make sure I'm on bar 1, not bar 2, 3 or 4, bar 1. You'll see because it comes up in black there, so I'm on bar 1. So I placed this note on this first trig of the first bar. So if I play the sequence now, remembering I'm playing the sequence now, I'm not just triggering that loop on the key. So if I press play, and it goes through those 4 bars, and if you press stop, it will wait till it's reached the end of the loop next time around. So that's pretty straightforward. That's all 4 bars being played on 4 bars of the OPXY. Sadly, you can't see the bars progressing through the sample, but what you've got in the display there is the whole sample. That's all 4 bars. You can zoom in, but you can't see certain bars, and you can't play just bar 2 or bar 3 or bar 4. It will always play through the amount of bars you've got in that pattern. Okay, so hopefully you're with me so far. So supposing I want to play the first 2 bars only. That was pattern 4, to show you that. So if I just scroll back, that was pattern 4. Now in pattern 5, I've got 2 bars. In pattern 4, I had 4 bars. You see the amount of bars that have got boxes round. If I go to pattern 5, it's only bars 1 and 2 that have got boxes round. So I'm on pattern 5, and in pattern 5 I've got the first 2 bars only playing on this low A. So, and pretty obviously I sorted that out by turning the mid grey and the light grey until I got the first 2 bars only. I'm not going to alter those because I've got that set perfectly. So having pressed that key, which, let me remind you, is this one, I placed a trig on the first step of the sequencer. So if I press play now, I should get those 2 bars looping round and round. And then press stop, and it will finish at the end the next time through. So that is how to do the first 2 bars, and that was on pattern 5 Now if I go to pattern 6, this one here, on pattern 6 I've got the 3rd and 4th bars only playing on this upper G. I actually used this in my previous video. So if I play this key here, this upper of the 2 Gs, you can see it's just the 3rd and 4th bars. The first 2 bars I blocked out by rotating the mid-grey encoder over, so I've only got bars 3 and 4 playing. Let's just check the amount of bars. Yep, 2 bars, bar 1, bar 2. So same thing, I press the key, I put a trig on the first step of the sequence, and if I play this, I'll get bars 3 and 4 looping round and round. Press stop, and it'll finish at the end of the next circuit. There we go. So it's brilliant, isn't it? So hopefully you're seeing how this works now. So that was pattern number 6. Pattern number 7, and obviously you can move from pattern to pattern, scene by scene. In pattern 7 I've only got bar 1 playing, and it's on the low B. So there's 2 Bs, there's one here and there's one here. It's this kind of ramp up thing. So press that key, just that first bar. If I press this key here, you can see I've rotated the light grey encoder all the way over, so I've only got that first bar. Show you that again. Please notice, let me remind you once again, because this nearly drove me nuts last night, it wasn't working and I couldn't figure it out until I realised that I didn't have this set to play the whole loop with one press. Because if you have it set to this, then you get that, see, which is no good. You need it set to that. So I'm playing the first bar of the 4-bar loop only. It's set to this key here. I've got the trig on the first step of the sequence. How many bars have I got in this? Only 1, you see, because I only want to play that 1 bar. So press play, and round it goes. Just that 1 bar over and over again. It's brilliant, isn't it? I'm so glad I figured this out, because I didn't have a clue about this last night. I was looking at it thinking, I really don't understand this. I don't know if you're like me, but I always want to understand things, and then I like to show other people so that they understand it as well. And if you do understand this already, well, brilliant, that's great, well done you, but I really didn't. Couple more for you then. So let's go to our patterns again. We'll go to pattern 8. Remember, we've only got 9. I've already used a couple earlier on that I'm not going to show you. That was just in my video yesterday. I'm still experimenting at this stage. I've had the device for 2 weeks and 2 days. So pattern 8. Right, this one will play bar 2 only on the low C. Let's go to the low C, which is this note here. And you can see it's just that second bar. If you imagine it, roughly speaking, this is the first bar, this is the second bar, this is the third bar, and this is the fourth bar. So I've used my 2 middle encoders there to bring just that second bar into focus. So same thing, how many bars have I got? Just 1, because that's all I need. I put a trig on the first step of the sequencer, I press play, and I'll get that second bar over and over again. Brilliant. And I've got one more for you. I thought I'd show you how to get the fourth bar. I mean, the third bar is much the same as the first, so I'm sure you're getting the idea by now. So let's go to our arrange mode. Let's go to pattern 9. This is the last available one. And in this particular pattern, go back to the tracks. If I press the low D, that's this note here, you can see I've now got the fourth bar, which I achieved by rotating the mid-grey encoder all the way over to this point here, so I'm only hearing the last part of the sample loop. Obviously it's a matter of trial and error. If it doesn't loop properly, then you tweak these, you use your zoom in and zoom out function to get it really nice. So it's on this low D, this ramp down key. How many bars? Just one, because that's all I need. There's our trig on the first step. And there's our bar 4 looping round and round. I'm very excited to have figured this out. It's going to be very, very useful to me, and hopefully it will be to you too. So just a reminder, make sure you've got the playback set to this here, which is where you press the key once and the whole sample plays. You don't have to hold the sample key down. That's the key factor here. So when you put the trig into the sequencer, this trig on this first step is like you just touching the key once and coming off. It's not so vital when you go to drum loops. Yesterday I brought a drum loop into a drum instrument. This is a drum instrument as well, don't forget. And I chopped that loop up and played it from various keys. And as long as you've got the playback set to either this or this, it's fine. Just make sure on the drum loop, if you're sequencing slices of a drum loop, don't have it set to repeat at the end of the loop, otherwise that's going to cause a major problem. So there we are. Now I thought part 3 was going to be the last part, but it's not, it's part 4. I hope you found that useful. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to check my website out. The address is at the end of this video and it is www.daddylonglegs.com. It's a pretty strange website because I do all kinds of things. I do a lot of tech stuff like this. I do a lot of guitar stuff because I'm a professional guitarist. There's loads of squeeze box stuff because that's something else I do. I think it's fair to say it's a pretty varied website. So check my site out, see what you think of that. If you've got any questions, do get in touch with me. Thank you very much for watching this, and you'll see me in my next one.